When you first launch LabVIEW, you're presented with the option of creating a new blank VI or virtual instrument. A VI is a LabVIEW program, or an existing VI, opening an existing VI. So I'm going to open an existing VI. So a VI is a virtual instrument. It's a LabVIEW program, and it consists of two windows. One is the front panel, and one is the block diagram. So the front panel is the user interface. It's where you can display information to the user, such as a graph, and you can also have controls for the user to interact with your program. The block diagram is where the actual program resides, the code. Instead of writing with lines of text like a traditional program, you're writing with graphic elements or icons. When I go to write a VI, I have to decide whether I want to target the computer or target the NXT. The difference being, if I target the NXT, that means the LabVIEW code is going to be compiled into a machine language that the NXT can understand. It's going to be downloaded to the NXT, and then my NXT can be run when it's disconnected to the computer. I don't need to be connected via Bluetooth or USB. If I target the computer, the LabVIEW programs can be compiled and run on my computer. Individual commands will be sent to and from the NXT as needed. In this case, I'm going to issue commands to read a light sensor reading, and it's going to send me data back over Bluetooth or USB so I can display that information on a graph. So when I run this program, we can see that the light sensor values are changing live, and that's because I'm connected to my NXT via Bluetooth. Note that I can't run this type of program when I target the NXT because there's no connection, Bluetooth or USB. There's no connection between the computer and the NXT. So I couldn't get data back to display a graph, for example. There'd be no way of the NXT and the computer to communicate. The only way you can actually have live data coming back and interacting with the NXT is when you actually target the computer. So unlike the previous example, here's a case where I'm actually targeting the NXT. I can tell that I'm targeting the NXT because in the bottom left-hand corner there's an orange NXT, the name of the NXT, and it's telling me it's connected via USB. Now this program is quite simple. It writes the words "Hello World" to the fourth line of the NXT's LCD display, and it does that for 5 seconds before ending. Now I want to compile this, and there's two options. One is I can run, and if I run this, it will compile it to the machine code and then download to my NXT and run it. The other option is to deploy it, which will compile and download, but I won't run it. I have to actually physically push the orange button to run it. So I'm going to deploy this so you can see what happens. It compiles and downloads to my NXT. Now I'm going to bring over here a remote display so you can see actually it running. So LV intro is the name of the file, and the file name will match whatever your VI is named when you're filing for your VI. So those two names will match. Now if I go ahead and run it, you'll see run. You'll see that it actually says "Hello World" on the fourth line of the NXT for about 5 seconds.